This quick presentation on Driven CRM will be guiding you on how to create a new prospect or account or lead inside the system. To do so, we have our main workspace through the Intuit IPP. For those customers that are doing on-premise Driven CRM, your screen, the only difference between it would that be you wouldn't have this header obviously appear at the top. As such, over here on the left-hand side, we're going to go over here to do a create new, and from here I can go ahead and do a new prospect, customer, vendor, lead entry. Upon making that selection, I can go ahead and, if it's a new account, I can make that designation over here. And accounts will be qualified as customers, prospects, or vendors. Something of note is that you can have subcategories inside of this as well. So if you have customers, for example, for us that are on-premise or on-demand, at that point, we can make that designation under here as well. You can modify this list on the fly over here on the left-hand side. For leads, we can sit there and make some qualifications on dead leads, general leads, hot leads. Again, these are all custom categories based on your requirements. Inside this selection, I'm going to go in here and say that we've got a general lead to work with. I'm going to say we have sample company down under here and start making some reference designation towards first, last name, title, etc. Upon making the selection of the zip or postal code, it's going to go in there and start scrubbing the content of the database to see if it's going to have a reference. Now, something of note as well is that once we go ahead and make this designation here, we'll say Suite 204, and we actually save the lead record inside the system, it will go ahead and do address verification for us. Every address in both the United States as well as inside of Canada will be verified. It will also pull in your county here to make sure that you can go ahead and see the designation for taxation purposes down over here on the left-hand side. Upon selecting the role, these are again modifiable codes. You can have this be primary or alternative contact as we see here, or you can have these also be titles for example, roles as controller, comptroller, purchasing agent, whoever it may be. For those that are doing consumer-based sales, head of household, spouse, whatever it may be as well. Sales rep designation down under here on the right-hand side, this will just be by default unassigned. If I do a designation down under here, I can go ahead and pick the person that should be assigned for this. We obviously keep track of things like territory, market segmentation as well. If the company is using a company Twitter account, the company itself, not just the individual, at that point we will keep track of that. Social integration is a big component with regards to Driven. As you'll see down over here on the right-hand side, we keep track of not only their website, obviously, and their Twitter ID on a personal and company level, we also keep track of their Facebook communities and also everything with regards to LinkedIn and their Tungle profile. So you can obviously do cross-social networking and marketing. Down over here on the left-hand side, we can make designations of the phone numbers, the fax numbers, etc. Again, this code's all modifiable by you down under here on the modify list. In this case, we'll just say we've got 704, we'll say 555-1212. Now, upon selecting tab here, what's going to end up happening, a couple things. First and foremost, it's going to go down under here and it's going to do auto formatting of that phone number. It's also going to show me any potential duplicates inside the system. So if I've got somebody who matches this criteria up here at the top, it's going to let me know that. Now if I want to go ahead and select that actual resource from here, then I can do that obviously from here. A designation of fax, we'll say for example here 866-555-1212 as well, and we're all set to go. I can also obviously enter in 4 different email addresses for this person. We'll say yahoo.com, and in this case we'll go ahead and click on save and create. Now, inside the lead profile, a lead is just from a qualification perspective, is an unqualified opportunity. So inside of this case, basically, we've now captured this data. As we mentioned beforehand, something of note is that it did the address verification for me, so it did pull in the suffix of our zip code. It formatted the address appropriately for me and also pulled in our county. This summarizes everything for how to create a new lead/prospect account inside the system. If you have any questions, please call our sales team at area code 813-681-4300 and select option 2.